say to me in Bowers Game Corner.
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another How to Play video, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Jingle All The Way. It's Turbo Time card game from Funko Games. It's for 2 to 4 players, ages 7+. I got everything set up, and I'm going to teach you how to do all of it. So first and foremost, you're going to take this pile of cards right here with the gifts on the back. You're going to shuffle them up, and you're going to make sure that each player has 5 of these cards. Next, you're going to gather all these tiles right here, and you're going to separate out 4 of the booster tiles and give 1 to each player. If you have less than 4 players, any remaining of those 4 boosters will go back into the box. Likewise, make sure everyone has a player reference card, which are absolutely spectacular. Kudos on those. Next, take the remainder of the tiles and create a 4x3 grid called the shelf. Then you're going to make sure that everyone flips their booster toy face down, and this is what's going to be an area that's called your cart. And you're going to place any additional tiles that you get to the right of this cart, and then the next one will go to the right and to the right. You should never be messing with the order of these tiles unless a card tells you to do it, but we'll get more to that later. The player who most recently received a gift is going to get this cool little Turboman standee, and then they will take the first turn, and then it will go clockwise around the table for the rest of the game. But what are you going to do on your turn? Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to play one card face up from your hand. So we'll just play this card right here. Everyone else is also going to do this in order. So this person will look at their cards. They'll play this one face up. This one will look at their cards. They'll play this one face up. And once everyone has a face up card, you're ready to move on to the next phase. So for this, you're going to look at the numbers in the top left-hand corner, and whoever has the highest number is going to do their card power first, because each card has a special ability in the top right-hand corner. So this player's special ability says flip all toys in your cart face down, then shuffle them. Well, right now I only have 1 toy in my cart, and it's face down, so I wouldn't really do anything with this. Next, we would go to the 16, because that's the next highest number, and they would do their special ability. And theirs says, flip a toy face up. You may swap it with a toy in your cart. So they might flip over this one right here. But if they do swap it, it's going to stay the same way it was. So this would be face up when it comes to them, and this would stay face down when it gets swapped for the demons. And then last, we have our lowest number, which is the 7. It says swap any 2 toy cards. You know what? They would just go do that. They don't even know what happened. And to clarify, you can always look at the toys in your cart, just don't move them out of position. So this player can look at this right now and see that they got a demons as well. But they do that secretly and no one else would know. But now that we've played our cards, used our card powers, we're going to take toys from the shelf. So the highest and second highest numbers each get to take one, with the player who play the highest number going first. So this player might take this one right here, and they might say, ooh, they got a Dementor, put it down to the right of their other toy in the cart. And this player might just take this one right here. And when you get to this phase and you take toys from the shelf, make sure you're taking them from the shelf, not from someone else's cards. Also, you could take a face-up item if there is one in there. Just remember, it goes into your cart face-up as well. Now, if you're only playing with 2 players, the person who has the highest card is also going to peek at 1 toy before they take. And that's the only major rules difference between a 2, 3, and 4 player game. But now it's turbo time. So what happens is the player who played the lowest number, which would be the 7 over here, is going to take the Turboman statue, because they're going to go first next time, and they can also discard any cards in their hand that they don't want. So let's just say they'll get rid of these 3 cards right here. They would go into the discard pile next to the pile of gifts. And then all the cards that are played this turn are going to get discarded, and every single player is going to draw back up to 5 cards. If this deck ever runs out, just reshuffle the discard pile and deal from that. So since Turboman discarded, he would be getting 4 cards right now, where the other players would only be getting 1 to replenish their hand to 5. But now you're going to do that all over again, and you're going to continue doing those 5 basic steps until the last toy is taken from the shelf. So as soon as someone takes the last toy from the shelf, the game is immediately over and you move to the scoring phase, which is on the back of your player reference card. And we'll briefly go over how the scoring works, because it's really quite simple. First, you're going to have these 4 tiles right here, and they are super simple, because they will just have how many points they're going to score in the bottom right-hand corner. This is Turboman, the knockoff Turboman, the lottery ball, and the gift certificate. But let's talk about the 3 tiles that score a little bit differently. So first we have Dementor right here. He's going to be worth 3 points no matter what. But if the Dementor has at least 1 demon, then they'll be worth 6 points a pop. So just to clarify, if you had this Dementor and 2 demons or 4 demons in your cart, you would get 6 points for this Dementor. If you had 0 demons in your cart with a Dementor, you would score 3 points. Now, the demon and the boosters work in very similar ways. Pretty much the more of these you have, the more points you're going to score. So, for instance, for boosters, if you have 5 or more, you're going to score 25 points. For demons, you'll score 20 points for 4, 15 points for 3, so on and so forth. But you're going to tally up your score. The player with the most points wins. If there's a tie, the tied player with the most toys wins. If there's still a tie on toys, then you both share the victory. And now you know the basics of the game. But before we get you out of here, I want to specifically go over the 5 special cards that you're going to encounter in the game. First are flip cards, which are going to allow you to flip a tile up. And you flip it like that. Simple as that. Next, we have shuffle. This is going to allow you to shuffle the toys in your cart and randomly line them up again. All toys that were face up are now going to be back to face down. Next, we have peek, which is going to allow you to look at a tile, but no one else. We have swap, which will allow you to change the positions of any 2 tiles. And remember, swapping and shuffling is the only way that you're allowed to move the position of the tiles in your cart. Then last but not least, we have peek and swap, which lets you peek and then swap stuff out. If this video helped you out, please consider giving it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And also in the comments below, let me know what game would you like to see based off a nostalgic 90s movie. I want Kazam, but with a painted Shaq Mini dressed up as a genie. I think that'd be awesome. But let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.